Yamama ha. Yefri neat 100.9 FM so. And it's a ye back my naswe. GBK fwe. Ye kwa ya be abusumi fufuro ni yesimwe. Openima busumi. Ena ye nyina ya ba bedrumi. Enti ye hyase ana ye difri opepon. Edi ba wajefo obenim fosu ayamobo kutansa eye sana ebo eye ahinime ede eba eye bubuo ede aba bedru eye openimen internet to timi se enoma ebeko ede aman GBK fwe una munio ni amamatena yefri neat 100.9 FM ni eba na adwumade mi amidi hu chia mi yefra me ADAKABRI Mahmudu osioma aye senior co-creator mansa chiame staff sergeant kwabna mavu kwabne over Harrison Ford now what is saying
oh Ferrari ado
yampasida emfama panyini kwadwoda me ado fiti anopa de suo mu ne se wagina mu abesi sa abre ya oda hode yesi abontene enu nti na je se ye empire ne eboma no se da nyina ne kotodwe ebegina ye na dwene so aye adwuma no de aboa panyini kwadwoda me ado na production sini na so me ofase ma jero sajima so ebo no achi edom abna frema bankro woni nana ya asafo wo so na aye social media nsam ni nyina ede eba ye esi wo na so ansa na engineering group fo no so no yemfa se damfa ma achuagbo achuagbo na chire no aye worker watia kwa na jare nana boaje ada sankroma so da nyina ye sanemrane se sempro na fe so ye de asedama facilities for no big solo dada yaw Godfrey Trudia dodo na friend Ubrana na fe so mapuna na DJ Bosco na ye mail so ya sanemrane se tete na fe munsam nyina so no ye de aba na obetimi a WhatsApp ye nsama ye be brobro so no 05006000909 05006000909 na ebeje brena yetimi akenkan ye neidie adesua ene ebesua say parliament standing orders no say de besi afa edebekro na afi nso so no eye alternative budget no so be ye ne hase na ya hwese ye nkobobosia ne yepese ye marshal domestic revenue ede ne enye especially with the 11 no ye nya ne san eno so ehonsam ebeba na ye de ehunu ehu ano cabinet
ovanie ai ovadwada no aha awu say ai anopa no papers ne din semi bae enti afi na enkofo frefrem na kwabena de na ekoso kwabena de na ekoso ai ofa ayaboko munyina mudofo munyina mura ya de nyina baako Alan Kotochira Mantin John ofa no hoye enkofo course by pan but na woman timenka no nso nti but the edikan wafa ayi anya de obofuo hu wonwure mu nyina na woba obeka aduma no de edin sansa bible kura se anya ne honam ni moja na anya ni sunsun watumfo otumidie mpanini enti obia mfa no ho totoroto ayade pa na meka se enipa nka na de aya famu no ayade na tewrade adomo a enti ti sade mokoso mu a modo Alan mokoso bom payema no ekai ni da biada ewo mpaibom Muslimin for Muba Mubobi Mano, Memina Quanrafo Muba Mubobi Mano, and Anano Mugun Sam Mukubi Mano, Monkoswa, Sanse, and Quania one day penny here, Yakanyana a radebeye. But Mam what Yasia say, Alan, no ye, Ibia Kama, na me bom paye se rade ya domo ankada obeba bedru no na sanka kwanya bebe mu anka brasba bia ye de bekwa kwasia no airport wo no wo beti ne wogina ama wo mahu se yes ye nyina ye dofo Alan Kotochira Mantin ne ho ye enti obi anka na komantu ne yam mu behu no na mo besre enti sadia na nkrata no ka no but sadia mo kwaso a mo bom paye ma no no mo nkwaso na mo mfa mpaebo entai alan kojo tremanti achi ofa no ho ye nim sa course de wonsu ubenya bi ubenya bi
onse obi aye adwuma utimi ko leave
yes
kana mampanyi wa ankra ya ko leave
okoye
ha enti kwajo kire matene ono so oko leave eko ne vacation kakra twense woni ne yire na akọ na okosre kwan the chief of staff well aware say wabesre kwan ya grant no the wonko dinani wunim say wayare kra no afi president of the republic kra na yam hye no and okobusa chief of staff say no way it was unkai say no say just can you imagine say this koye no say just hey just people were taken aback hey into my president busa chief of staff say hey no way and also unkai say wabesre kwan ya ode etukọ na potential chairman ba akososo also anaju du mienu and also so frɛ sɛ na die na ɛyɛ no na so hute nye no enti wunia bia no or on standard numbers but wunia wunim ne number na ye tigo no wunim ne tigo number no WhatsApp no onu beti nkomo kama
asofo no bom paye ma no also you obi a ensori awodo okwa ha ba se kwesi ada bia woni asori ba ko a osada ko ho akosra wo mu
CSC fo no ne Pentecost fo no na omani ebre na sa asofo na tese sankofa so bom paye ma no na mo akwata parliament so bom paye ma no wa papa uso bom paye ma no eti CSC fo age aginam Pentecost waje aginam sankofa age aginam parliament amwakwata Francis waje aginam usu bempa age aginam salifu amwakwa age aginam edi che se domino chief imam so yini mu a enyeye edi sika no tin standard and standard number na wunya no a wo de eye ni tigo number so ni mu nko ade a one ne be WhatsApp ama sresre na che se triumphant entry
na make us say
dabenya
say ade anka wo ba pa me say wo fanka brasban bia ya de be kwa kwashia no airport wo no
timi ma date no
awofa ko beji no
wo
wo fa fa me
ma date no
na ko bedu woni ya wo dada
okay
ya maso tete ni ya nyina ya wo tina ne kamu
sa
o pega ne nsa ne ya ne nyina de nyom tuwa be se akọ no office wo
sa
ki ya mani nya no ho kra
sa
ya ya mani nya no ho kra
sa
esan say but of mami hu say enipa edono no edoso enipa penasem no edoso ensa na esese eye ne ho ye wani bia ensi
ne ho ye na make you say nyame na ya diaka ne say onyankropo ahobambo
ebeba
but ye ne say pomo say na abobrim na make na president Krobu say no way don it wants to also say musika no ono so gina home ya eye enti no okoye say how many days in here just a little I'm saying just about 11 days 10 days 11 days in here and teacher say obeba why obeba na diaka ne say munyamba kwa kuhie kumase na muhie kumase ya na
kaya samu
amuko kamate mu ho na mebutu be bi na me domo
awani ya bachelor say yes ahanya nkoko ofana enne me ko ayi Alisa Hotel inti nsuo no ho na me ne nipa be 7 na yetewo ofana kura ni nyame enim ne Dr. Mamadou Bawumia His Excellency Vice President me ne ya fine and he is a perfect gentleman esanse me nyano se me busuani na se me hu nipa mani baje anse wafa nipa Ghana nipa ya keka ko beye 30 million ni echi ye mududu asan ne betumi aka se wadi vice president da eye etuma eye ni onyam hye so enti mimi nya no se me busu ani kura nka me de be wo me ho ka mani baje na ensem bi ekoso kai se me beka the security bi ho asɛm wɔ ne office ya yɛse wayi na firi wɔde obi abɛhyɛ hɔ enti nkɔfoɔ a me ne wɔn ti wɔ nana wɔn ka the same asɛm but na me mpɛsɛ magye adi wɔn kyerɛ sɛ ayi customs commissioner ɛyɛ kana kojo damwa ɔn sɛ ɔfa yɛ ma wɔ adwuma a yɛ ma wɔ target enti sɛ wotumi meet wo target ya na kyerɛ sɛ wayɛ adeɛ sɛ covid yi nyinaa akyi no na woma kana kojo damwa target na sɛ wotumi meet ya it tells you say nipa no wayɛ adeɛ ɛna ne human relationship with the nipa no customs adwumayɛfoɔ no nso ɛyɛ excellent ɛna partyfoɔ no ɔfa me deɛ da bia mesuma partyfoɔ no ɛsiane sɛ ɛnyɛ wɔn mu nyinaa na kuta qualification a wɔn mu bɛnya adwuma ayɛ enti ebi dan papa no wɔn mu ɛdan no nso dɔɔso paa enti na yɛ ada bia na mekama wɔn mu no ɛka me nko ade asɛ bosome so a at least anya hye kura me wura obetua yɛ ka deɛ de bɛdi deɛ bɛnya but saafoɔ no a wɔn mu nyinaa dan no communicators kwa no wɔ organizers kwa no wɔ aban krati mpanimfoɔ kwa no wɔ ɛma party mu ma wɔn mu nyinaa kwa ne nkyɛn mɛma kwa ne nkyɛn enti wakɔ akɔyɛ wɔn aniwa baako pɛ ɔfa asɛm yi ɛnna yɛ December 1st me nka bio me ɛnna me ka wie a me nka bio
ɛde tim kakra yi
ya na wɔn mo kyerɛ sɛ ɔhun sɛ yɛyi DCs no ebetuto odwa sɛ sɛ wonye DCE a wopɛ Dr. Mamedu Baomi asɛm a yɛmfa ma ho ɛmo mo wura bɛhye sɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ but yɛnim ne yɛkɔ so ɛnɛ pɔs no a yɛtetɛ no yɛse sɛ wommɛn no a yɛmfa ma ho wommɛn no a yɛmfa ma ho enti customs hɔ no a bɔne bi ani hɔ no a papa no ayɛ n'adwuma ɔfa ɛna no metisi aso mu kɔ president wɔ ma president kura ma no mo akwapa no kwafoɔ esan sɛ we deliver we tumi ya meeting the target wa yɛ na duma kama ade baako a wɔn se anya wɔ no ho ɔfa wɔn se anya wɔ Canada mo awo ne sɛ ɔnyɛ corrupt ade a yɛse anya wɔ no ho no
wɔnim yɛ ni bi
dabi sɛ wɔn bɛka bɔ mo wie sika never anya dia Canada mo
abɛyɛ military training no ɛwɔ no mu
yes on say asojafoɔ yɛ discipline ɛna sɛ mu wia nso no wɔ hu nko ade a obɛstop it because ɔtene wɔ man no ho kane
ɛna ɔyɛ too meticulous
yeah
no sɛ kwabena ka so bi yɛ meticulous a
ɔyɛ
finchim saa finchim no eti kene Kwadwo Damwa retired no ɛyɛ meticulous because our military precision no ama ɔyɛ finchim nipa saa finchim nipa no woyɛ obi a woyɛ shedi kakra bi a yana tiduru ba bi kura na wɔn ka ahwe o ɛso na wa wote wa wonim wadwene mponti na osuro no sɛ Kwadwo Damwa ya ne bɔpɔ nye yie
yes ade ba ko mo se anya wɔ no ho ne sɛ ɔnya corrupt
ɔyɛ meticulous no ɔyɛ finchim dodo
ne target were meeting na duma ya ɔyɛ ne kama but ɔnya corrupt enti yase yɛnyinu mfiri wɔ na yɛmfa obi a ɔbɛn Dr. Mamedu Baomi is alleged si owura bi a yɛfrɛ no Sedu ɛna yɛde ne kɔhyɛ hɔ ɔfati o customs commissioner Sedu yɛsi yɛmfo obi nkɔtama port awudu yɛsi yɛmfo obi nso nkɔ Takoradi port a Isaka yɛsi yɛmfo obi nkɔ airport nso a akwakwaya Abubakar Dr. Mamedu Baomi sɛ wokɔto sɛ krama asia pata so a na yɛ kwabrane ne pagya ne si hɔ ɛnyɛ wɔno a ne pagya ne wokɔ si hɔ sɛ sei na woyɛ no deɛ a ɛneɛ wobɛma nipa bebrafoɔ mu wadwene ei na yɛ kukuru mpɔne ne yɛbɛsoa enti yɛmmoa wo na beyi we free wo na woturu ntafo a woma baako so gya baako na wo bɛyɛ Fano
say ntafo na utru wo ma.
Ntafo a wo ma ba ko suja ba ko.
There be say o mienu nya so mo yedin ana o mienu nya so musu.
Yes. Offer bunu wono. Already no mo di ya. Esan say omu nkofo anhye dan ni positions ya. Omu nya omu kọ omu nten. Ebunu nso ni asante ya ba ko. Enti kododamwa no edina mu ma bunu ene asante.
In fact, so hwa o se kododamwa ne free jama e na hwe so a ba bia sikadwa kofi no yetimi ye bia ya jama jama dinkra ana che se jama dinti wo hwa jape kurom drobo omu nyina ba manhia omu nyina ya santefo so ahunu enti kododamwa so hwe mu a ebre bi atwam na eye tema sector commander eye customs na tema sector commander no ebrebi kukuru sa ma africano so usu ansa na misa yanchra eti the same na nipa bi hyase ye africanos ne de yanchra ba ye yanchra afi into eventual omudidi osu ansa se africanos ma africanos ye de ne ba head office na me misa yanchra tena ho last minute no so no abranti a woye kana na ye be yi yanchra de ono so ho no nyame na me be kana ha but sa aye officer ya undermine nipa bebre no enye kododamwa wa kire se obetimi aye adwuma na ye wo aye key indicators ye de ye appraiser of kododamwa adwuma a wo ye sa key indicators no moma ne nya adwuma na munya ehunahuna ye be yini wo pe domestic revenue so obetimi assure me so na pe domestic revenue so be sure na apa adenti na wodi ehunahuna
intimidation nipa na wo miti wo target no wo kopam na firi wo na wodi obi a etuma no kura wanim ho maache but yesi wo ye affiliate to asumesi enti wodi no ba be hye wo na wayi asanteman ani ene bono ani ade afiri wo no mo a epan no wanim ononyamfo ken of last one ononyamfo ken wo furiata
kuntunkunkun
yeah Wetuma ya na wo ye no as finance minister no. Esunu obi an said ye ohu na de fa. Me wo pe finance minister ne money bonso ani wo Ghana ha. Me ntas ensam mo na mrane.
Mr. Becca said he's doing his best too.
What fa? MPP ebra wo mo bre.
Asemi na be kan.
What fa let me Mameka. 2020 abaya 2 years. Ebra MPP for bre ye nyina kase agina no so ensesa ya wode ba ye banking sector sa dia wase wo diregu no na wasesa ne yie no se wone nkofo wo menasepo ene adinti ayo no ankasa na nkura dia wo penti ene wo ma banks bebre collapse ye and affect MPP heavily MPP for bra wo mo bre ye ewo 2020 abatum aya kan wo foriata honorable na nsesa ya wode ba ya na enye enoa
it is what no the ban say na ene no say 137137
yeah
thanka hwisu say enka eye arrogance ka de beto nchen
wode beto
enka with the impedance ebeto nchen
yes
so no na mmu no waka kasa ejina yie
sisi na dene ya no say
mienko
na dene ya no say ofa we
mienko sua bibi in free parliament yenko sua bibi in free parliament Master P na wo chi ADAKABRI Mamudu usu mane kwabena mafu osi wafa we are enjoying the show inside Queensland with Mama Lou our Camberwell akwasua kwadu Edgware Road Ma Erama Old Kent Road Adwa Melanie is Dulwich Nana Sly our War Farms too Pastaro inside Barking Akosua Champion inside Kensal Green Prince Kofi and Sandra in Queensbury Gloria Pamponsa Coventry University and Patrick Osajefo inside Milton Keynes. Now to Mr. Master P and now what the free seconds.
Yeah, my Tisia say watchna. If you are there, ya for fide. And now womo breno letter. Womusu mu yi and a kododa mu every one. Na womo disedu abeta.
Enye adwuma.
Ofa omu letter numbra. Bema be ye bi
enye adwuma
wa me ye ni nyina ese kana kododa mu wa nwu ne nwu omu anu omu ka no afiada onfamra obewu de party for ne de ye no
na enye adwuma why
onfamra
arrogance arrogance and impudence no nanchain. Na you so
Send
cool
you to the
heads.
party.
Na you so cool heads.
The party way. So what we call opposition.
Yeah.
Omo bebre.
And they I was here sua bibi. Parliamentary practice. Unse yenya first democratic dispensation. Nessa time no Kwame Nkrumah pencil. Udi kan ye prime minister. Ansa na chiri obebe ye president nso so 1960 ye call republicanism no. Ansa na second democratic dispensation so no. Ufia prefer buzia. Eso so ebebe ye prime minister. This time na ye ceremonial president no. Na ye Edward Akufo-Addo. Chese oy eneba enene oye Ghana mampanyini. And you would agree with me say that time no ye Kingsley Siam ye Irabna Esiam Francis Esiam ne papa and Ubiti Edward Akufo-Addo eba parliament ema Edward Akufo-Addo Akuropon went to me ama parliament into Irabna Esiam Kingsley Siam and Ubiti Edward Akufo-Addo in the third democratic dispensation and you call the hybrid of both American system no kakra and a French so de ne kakra enunti and Dr. Hilary Mam a pens on so buy. Then we are into over 30 years of the fourth democratic dispensation ye de abey na ye shase no first, second, third, fourth up to seventh parliament no yenya ohel bia na eighth parliament and na yababe drum pompon so 137 ejinemu ede ema majority 137 ejinemu ede ma minority and ye one independent member into ubusa ho say enne yi 137 no can we do away with arrogance ana can we do away with impudence ana can we bring in tactfulness ana can we bring in skillfulness ana can we bring in cool-headedness ana ni nyina ne se ye betu abo ase ne asua de na ye hunu the way forward say de besi akọ na manya ba bia amfa anko wie say enei former member of parliament waye chief whip da na waye deputy minister da waye telecoms engineer na watena se na ose opeso di general secretary na opeso di general secretary no onam so chese what can asem but at the same time be to do with parliament no so no ono so osi the way forward obier can lamentation no ono osi the way forward about say dia na owura Frederick Opare Ansa former member of parliament for Suhum and aspiring general secretary for the New Patriotic Party and one time chief whip of the New Patriotic Party and our parliamentary MPP. What you say, Memoir?
Major ADAKABRI.
Honorable Nairia, what you saying?
I'm not a Roma. My way for Papa. Got a map for charity and other people.
What you super Papa? Right. Honorable Periansa, framers of the Constitution ahead of 1992, a year, no, I'll say referendum a year, edgy constitution to. Did we ever imagine that even at the 8th parliament, you bet me and be a friend hang parliament ana?
I'm not ADAKABRI. I'm not going to America. What you're putting now, member, Nipa from Joe Abaso, and then you my papa, and the minor. This is the boy of Papa. Let me do Antana Utabe question. Once more correct more fact now the two and it's now we'll about hybrid system. No? And starting with Third Republic. Third Republic was a pure presidential system. And you know MPs no and ministers. So back here
outside of parliament.
Exactly. Fourth Republic and the hybrid no by because now framers no for say pure parliamentary system ni me too busy by and a pure presidential system na me too lima by inti by the yanko hybrid near here ABC you know that the hybrid by yes but me sure say share both your constitution and then standing orders of parliament. I don't think that the framers of these documents, ever expected situation here, the country will ever be confronted with it. Menyesha also be a that say you better about ama NDC and 137 na MPP and 137 na independent bakwa betoso or virtually will determine which side of the political divide and a control of parliament. And agree. Me and I will 7th parliament. Call election and me parliament. If somebody catch them, we share and come say about to mobile say the bear the short senka me any. If he said okay, you do only one last parliament 169 against 106, a majority of 63 MPs and an AO. The number over and above NDC4 was 63 MPs. It clearly going into just one election, no, because just buy a mocha country, one help pipe. Majority Seminyanka, you will be anywhere. But I don't know, yet, someone who be now at the far, say, to see a bit to watch here, they are down back there, and they are control, they are there,
because I said, none no fear that they see ye. Sir, Unia was so our form na utimi e capture the mood of the president. Nana Adudanko Kufuado. Hey, me penso na ye betro media kwa bakwa se mu say ye reject budget. Na ye the language ni mood na ode ka any or say in the next 24 hours echo into a weekend mumami hunu adia mo ye na meye rest assured say benada me free o mamu ha say no me Akufuado medin no ye betimi restore normalcy no. One would have thought to say leadership more parliamentar maduma pa anything.
ADAKABRI very interesting. Yame kahuna dia fofi. Who think one last Friday na adi omwe. Kobano anka babin ama oman king kai nipa na wo dem ho ma ankol record ni mu say nipa ne 137 na ngomu succeed bo budget political anora we read me paper na we who say the first thing I can say finally a substantive motion challenging the ruling of the speaker on the face of the record because na me say record no beba Adabano, a better say 137-0, which means any 138 MPs of parliament. I don't know, man, MPP side, in our so, a man, bra, or mutumide overturning decision. The second thing, and it's a there good more being and a man growth with now 110, bra. If you say, yes, there are 138 MPs from the majority side, and what them, but no back who presiding. The question Grandma be time on the other NDC for no. Almost some budget no man got 20 because and the pie 137 DMA and still on my board at 12. They say but the aqua could do no. The only way on which we have budget that 12 they say I just about being here job. Majority side is really 138 members in the chamber. That's the only way. As I say that I also. It is a independent about the drew or my muscle be also and come be a good
say. You go ya hone ya ba behwe because enura de course we no omudi kan e vote on recession and now also suggest a substantive motion to challenge the speaker's ruling into ya ba behwe hon semawa but still on hang parliament and the way forward said the besi atutu no because nya parliament nya budget ipe ho asem na e wose yaka o kasa mu no o kan say nyankopon wodi oman ne ho afofi ni say ye babin ye kind on the face of the record nipa dodo ane wo ho eno na ma MPP fo hunu say 137 na na wo ho no say ya na nke yanka bia budget ni tugu ya ene would it be fair does it help say obi be tak babin obi be kakasa egu babin ani mase ana.
In fact, in crime writing media, January, they will be a paper. And one of the things that the state here, I mean, that's what I want to say. By the nature of South Parliament, you know, at the same time, you have to reach across today. Yara, at the same, we build a consensus. If you say, we are now ministers, some of them will have to leave the chamber to go and do work at our ministry. Or back up in your PA3 chamber. One shot passengers. And he would to me time all the time. And I have been whipped when that ended for majority. I had just 8. Come on, 2013 million minority whip. That ended before 111. Ended before 119. How much 8 on every ordinary given day, no, then before you don't stand this for them. It's the not do for a friend. Now we have friend, nobody we have friend, we have 10 years, and I think that should be the approach. Sometimes working kind social media, Libya, yeah, the party phone, the people who need to be more and go from me and the job. So it's and you just saw that the job. Ogoni said, this is the hand that we have been dealt. Part of Oba and car, cards now at the amount. I don't know what happened now about Oba. This is the hand that this current leadership in Parliament, any abino have been dealt. The Juma here, any big Biara here, as I say, very or Sarquino. He said all the time, consultations, all the time you reach out to them to try to take on board our concerns, and try to take you on board will be concerns. And try to, I don't know what they are doing. And after they will no air cannon since now. Or the air and Juma. After all, there's a saying in UK Parliament: let the minority have their say, so that the majority can have their way. We are there. As for majority, there, you bet me I have their way. Even if it's with that slim one majority, we can always have our way. But said you may do not to be consulted, and this here say a BBR, and necessary consultation, the engagement.
Now, a clarity of with the speaker, there appears to be some clarity as to say speaker no or no original voting only be na deputy speaker and second deputy speaker no. Are we so clear in the standing orders in the constitutional provision as to what has to be done in this conundrum of 137 yana?
ADAKABRI, I know the challenge does not arise at all. We are here now called the State Assembly. We call Article 242 our Constitution. It shall him for our members of the District Assembly. And start here, it shall say, our our electoral areas, members of Parliament, MMDCs are appointed. Any appointees are a bino and powers are 4 categories. But Odu MP the other pair, no assign the associate say MP no only vote our assembly hall. However, the working kind assembly members for purposes of determining say you got 2 presiding member but here 2/3. And I say you take a certain decision, maybe a vote of no confidence on MC and DCB here 2/3. You count the MP. And now even in the determination of the number of appointees that is a president now appointed to a particular assembly, over King Kai MP Naka but Abana Suba on to be. In the same way, over Parliament, that's a deputy speaker at a Gramoa. Nothing in the constitution suggests on a member of Parliament. Still a member of Parliament. Now, the constitution in Article 102, the Eka quorum of Parliament. I say, apart from the person presiding, there shall be 1/3 the number of members in the House. I don't know why excluding the Otia Koyanimono. Say, deputy speaker, And I say, when you say parliament, say speaker ni ho, deputy speaker 1 ni ho, 2 ni ho. Parliament nangasa be to me atwa bay a member so on na akodwanim.
Be it temporary.
Yes. It's according to Article 102 no. That member no, a deputy speaker who is presiding at any time no, the all kind quorum, on kind be. But in Article 104 no, I'm putting any such restriction on any member who is presiding, and now say a deputy speaker or presiding. No. Article 104, go further. It bars the speaker himself, and it uses the word the speaker. It did not say a speaker. It was definite. It barred the speaker from having.
It's a right one now, Bonon, you refer to.
Or no, you refer to. It is very clear from reading the provisions of the legislature in the constitution.
But do you believe that we can? But do you believe we can make it clearer and make a distinction between the speaker and a speaker?
Certainly. I mean, with time on the essence of legislative review, in operating the laws, no. Emre abekema konia who problems and getting lacunas bine loopholes beer. And then, but to send a year who's saying, this is the first time the country has been confronted with this. The next review of your laws, no, I say you're making some of these provisions clearer. You make it very clear and put it even in the constitution, not in the standing orders of parliament. And the ENRA, they see, you know, with Honorable Joe Sewusu representing the good people of Bekwai, notwithstanding Senator Otiedjem, say, or no, yes, speaker, no. He still retained the membership as a member of parliament. You kind MPs are now what they want to say, okay, no.
Okay, because we experience now, no. Nipa bebre enyenya ye honte ase na no fiada de ekoso speaker betna ase na ye reminding us a majority for ma ye na oka said or what that understanding say wo meeting bi koso na nkombe wie in 30 minutes nti etisade ak yentwen na pressure brought upon him no oka say e on his own ni dinimu no or adjourn parliament for 30 minutes, na eventually 2 hours, 40 minutes, and na yetna see na afedi majority for so ba ye yebekasa kakra leader kasa we mu so akasa na afedi ekoba say yasan si abontene na speaker say okay ya adjourn for 5 minutes, na in fact we mokotena abontene for 12 minutes, na afedi wo ba ye na munsen sema ba ye na yesi ye eyes no voice vote no ehun achinyije na afedi yenko for division. What does division mean? Clearing the plenary does it include omete public gallery munsen sem nyina ko wie se ye botantima nsore mfiri ye ebo na oteso no de a de na ye so ye bekwa abontena backbench yi ema yesi abontene chire yemu die sa drama no aye de ehunu say ye drama no chire mu legality say wo mu kakra wate ana na ye pension de political scientist for no professor Jampo akachiro mo say omuntie asema wo be chire mu na da achen political science department omo de aye adwuma ye guzu tie hu
me that say ADAKABRI there's a certain saying so there are some kokota. Justice must not only be done, but it must be seen to be done. For the benefit of the general population that will mind him. Your house no members no calling for division no. That is a speaker no follow the procedures of the division. First of all, our parliament no. Ordinarily, most of your decisions, no, are taken based on the voice votes. It's pick up put question. So question is put based on the motion at that one. It's you put the question now. Now I can say all in favor say aye. Those against say no. Or has a or take a no for and yes for the bench. Now on one hand the Nigerian. I don't know what area the first statement, how can I say? I think the eyes have it, and now I think the nose have it. Okasa, he is expressing his opinion on the voice vote. That time on making final ruling, he's only expressing his opinion. It is a Obia sorry and country and challenging the opinion. No one was to say the eyes have it, and the nose have it. If he goes first, I think the eyes have it. So I think the nose have it. Then quickly he will follow with the eyes have it, the nose have it. Now it's a decision, I am. But okay, I think the eyes have it. And they said they are now no. So be person challenge the They said they are honorable friend of mine. Sorry, I said, Mr. Speaker, I disagree with your opinion. I want to call for a division, or I want to call for a head count. Don't call it for head counter. Like I say, Oma, can't I almost sorry now the account. No one can do the sorry now the account. Okay, division. That is say, you prefer doors bimu. Now, who pay and as I will enter chamber near King Kamo. That the bay will be able to me, I can't be an hobby. Sometimes you put it in order, okay, or my was it to me a far when it's so. Now, Ansana, Obeko division is so standing orders, which says, and to say, a sign put question in beam, and making sure, say, the voice vote, I am passing. Be ought to be in also make a determination. That is when he suggested, listen, there were ministers at it, how many MPs. Meaning, Sameka eyes and then almost tell me I because me to me who wine ATM and wine ATM, a bear Obia Sabi minister, our MP no P answer. If we is a particular matter with determination, that's some wabble. So a bra, Omoya head count no. Honorable Joseph Uzu, and so much the same order. The ministers, and run of parliament chamber. Me was a Kandapa, Honorable Siama Transport Minister, I'm sorry, APA. The only person who now was finance minister, also on there, baby or T one of Chimens and Channel. Yakin Kayo be able to say baby or Tino or T and Nimuti and Cairo.
It's clear, say, Henuforiata finance minister etna say on the basis say baby what tiano and confuse counting but not so much say legal you bet me a pamu kandapa pamu siama name
precisely and what was the constitution you must have for we ministers no quite say parliament about participating in dealings participate all the courtesies, privileges, BBI extended to MPs, they must also enjoy the same. It is only the only thing they are not supposed to participate in voting. It is the only time a speaker which me a non-MP minister, and now even the vice president crowd which me a say he has and the person can kind or more to obey. Any time I hear voting. Yeah, no, the speaker, not deputy speaker at any point. I can so be here. That's on Tomra. But let me go to the
just before you go to that point again. Na obi at the public gallery where say a call for division. Does it require the speaker to also get the person ushered out and
there be and run at the public gallery and probably. But let me explain maybe to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say don't get the anti-who, and let's say don't get the anti-who. Majority for no. Say I'm passing the anonymity as our Friday. They say now on my number 138 now so yeah. It would have been wrong for them to have continued to stay in the chamber. So when I'm young people,
it could have been a strategic move.
Because about now they would have legitimized the decision that the minority were about to take. It in Ghana, they will have no basis to say the decision they are reversing it. The only reason they were able to take the decision yesterday was because none of them was in the chamber on Friday. Even if one of them had entered the chamber at the time, Right Honorable Speaker, any minority for were doing what they did on Friday now. That single person, would have provided legitimacy to them. Because to enter and say that they are Monson Tibunyano, also Yabekayo, Nankomanya 138. For me, I look at it more from a strategic point, the leaving of the chamber by the majority, rather than because of some other reason.
Strategic point now, walk in there, you be delve further into it. Now, you dovetail into what decision say, we put to name forward, say, or party for MPP for, and for your general secretary, because you were body politic MPP, and you were parliamentary MPP. Now, and they, so what said ya akono parliamentary MPP ni jina ubusa who say that if they had a the party had a general secretary who knows the nuances of the parliamentary MPP a be understand beko but then you say when a dear na ye ba bebusa wo time yenya can say budget statement ya dia ba penom na leadership of both sides na omunim timelines yede be bibia of parliament enti nkombetimi aboa wo ho ana senti a yenkonkodru empomponso a you have to symbolically stage a walkout in order to sustain your numbers.
Well, ADAKABRI says this is the hand that the election in 2020 has dealt our party, both in parliament and in government. We have to work with it. But certainly, now you're party chairman, we're party general secretary, you have opportunity to attend cabinet meetings. And program be in terms of budget approval, and then what is even going into the budget. We have opportunity at every stage to have an impact on it. Decision you take your cabinet into the budget. It is to me, how it is going to impact the electoral fortunes of your party. If you think that an unpopular decision, then the difference it is for assorty. That is why you don't vote for yes men into your party hierarchy. Na omoko omutu men kasa mpani poenim omuso mpani poenim kasa debi obinga zo bimfa president and minister emetna kasa fidie samu die don kasa nso pom debi ya ye kan say only mpani for consider dem one na say decisions that we take also say e bi be kwati party na it say we obi a obetumi akasa e dey atrempani say pani ade we amode ben here enka mo party no yen and the communicators our party democracy so say about the defendant about we be for crime sana the MP and what idea appear I say to me about I look at the not hot and the other day we see penny back who said our parliament cry wouldn't have made any difference. Why wouldn't it make any difference? And the message one can who need President Unyambia or MPs no anymore. She said, we are national officer of your party. Now when Unyamo party MPs anymore, only himself that he will need the party's endorsement to get back to parliament. Only say every parliamentary candidate in this country who election general secretary that's signing a nomination form. And start our final with electoral committee. And so when you elect a party, the party is endorsing you. After all, you are going on the ticket of the party.
The spectacle of say drama also of the Ghanaian parliament, not the general secretary of the MPP, not Owusunyane ama indications or a press conference. The following day, Saturday, now we're going to go or a press conference. Then it was on Tuesday, and Sunday general secretary when in fact a year general secretary of the opposing party a year NDC now he's in the thick of affairs. What is that spectacle? What do you make of it?
Well, ADAKABRI, I can't purport to speak for the general secretary of MPP. Maybe say obetumi akasa ama ono anso ne ho atre say ampase no ni ho no be before near the Korea and they are no which was more important than the passage of the budget. No, maybe say on one case between ano Tim Republican no na obisa so aframe na me TV. Why?
Mate.
Na
Femi you say your timelines no. Your timelines e be bibia or parliament wa. A DNT and a majority leadership etna sia Emma ekodru sa conundrum ya ba say MP for Empire so young man now bum table so let's work out now as others will put it in quotation marks and sheepishly everybody including leadership including the Maradona
I never quite make say Sankabia said an our cardinal secretary. Although because I met me excuse when it comes to parliamentary, my chairman was no way. Chairman Blay has been a deputy speaker of the House before. He's chairman of MPP. He has done what Joe Wise is doing. Fourth time, not a second term, not my friends deputy speaker.
Yes.
Why was he not in parliament? The general secretary, I just said chairmanship. It is the gamut of the leadership of the party, and yet any single individual who failed us on that day.
Because majority leader kotna GTV ko G2 say nanu fiada de no ayam from so. But meanwhile, party supporters appear not to
understand. It as to them. The momentarily decision and now the TV so say OPK na assume sorry near the end there. Mejidi pa say leadership no for so say at the at that time OPK won't have the strength to ask everybody to leave and they will leave. No. And I make a just say I'm here whipper and can be making sure CDP. As to how you orchestrate the other day, because of a beer parliamentary you may not see the chief whip himself or the leader or way urging people to leave. You will always see it coming from the backbench.
Finally, on parliamentary issues, now Femi Musa Mienu on a general secretaryship aspiration. Ghana Mampenini Yatua Barman on the second occasion. Na yedene betena konwa so a yentimi anye yentoto ye on the eve of it hwede si wo parliament ikiri na asojafo ekura kokko wura dem ho na yenya mfa ne ntena konwa so na jese wonya meye president nunu na hwede way in the end no ye dwene se yede betina tena konwa so na nya aye constitutional president ntino and na yebe kase ye jemu ema baben speaker na pe yasa kwa sabeto asoa ne budget dia san sieni it is a president ne kase ensese sade we simprensa during his tenure dia na be kase parliamentary leadership no e wo se omoye as the president is saying say on pese be senya incident of this nature of parliament atoso miensa. What do you make of that?
First of all, I will not put this squarely at the feet of the parliamentary leadership. One was the choice of the candidates for leaders in the party and for even the endorsement of party for who becomes speaker. Unofficially, the National Council of the party discusses these things. It is a candidate to represent party leadership now. I know way ubetumi atete say nanka we ni epeno but nipa ba ko pese we no penti that is if you know say ode one particular person now this could be the outcome on the floor of parliament. Say some of your own MPs may not even vote for the president. You have to be firm at national council. So it's now nice on national council. Man, 40 years. They are making material because make my other meeting national council in the parliament. Now information I'm picking is there. A particular person called as a candidate. This was going to happen. And then the national parliament is over 1 a.m. watching proceedings and did everything that one knew was going to unfold. It comes back to Asamana Mekapa budget. The party hierarchy should be critical of the budget of the government. I was there and finally the LDC for Part of it is because they feel that they have Ghanaians behind them, because Ghanaians are not happy with certain things in the budget. The National Party, when you have information on what is coming, you should be able to pick intelligence and then help the presidency make a determination on this. And yeah, no one can say, when I'm home, gentle Obama, when I'm gentle Obama, and I'm managing and departure the much in gentle Obama. We are going to have to determine party leadership based on people who will be able to stand firm, based on people who will be able to bring true experience to bear.
And I just or standing firm, no, on standing firm with disrespect to say,
no,
President Nemo obey use available facts and figures.
Make kind, you know, now make catch you say, I just saw yes, I know money, you know, I was there. And yes, I know I change radio so, and our TV so, and our newspaper, and our social media. Now, what they are buying on Enya when you went to the Abia, was in America. Then, you have to make your points firmly, backed by facts and evidence. That is the party I done. And your party, I drink slow. Okay.
Okay, quick one. Coming with parliamentary issues, no, na mabusa me no pefa or parliament, general secretaryship aspiration. But then I have an interesting message from former energy minister, True Blue, Boachi Ejako, Trematine. And then let me crave your indulgence. I mean, King Kancho, and I mean, say, comment Ben Adbeba. Boachi Ejako then sends in this, and I quote: for a country with a high level of functional illiteracy, we encumber ourselves with highbrow legalism. Couldn't we have made our lives simpler by providing that since the Speaker is a referee, he and both deputies must come from outside Parliament? He's asking a question. What do you make of his question?
Well, part of the question, correct, in terms of the fact that the country has some level of appreciable illiteracy. This is embroiled in too many legalities. But they may disagree where the deputy speakers in fact, some have even pushed quite a lot of jurisdictions. The speakers are even also members of parliament. And some have pushed either it should be a member of parliament or a former member of parliament. But deputy speakers, I don't think it is something that we need to renege upon.
But when can you say in the absence of the deputy speakers in Ukraine, Parliament, be it temporary, can elect somebody to sit in for that day? So other than outside Parliament, so clear because Maminkai another one so architect back so the buyer. He brings him page 76 past 17 voting in the House and 109 at the bedroom 110 and then he says so what the quite MP can't vote. Could it not be said the language ya couch in 109 at the 110 and the bem will be agreeing say and say Joe Wise and Koto Abanibiana, though it may be said legally also to be.
ADAKABRI. Joe Wise never voted. Obiazo can say Otiho as speaker the next sort to Abanibi. What we are saying is in counting the members of MP who were present inside the chamber. No?
Present now, present and voting. What's the difference between present and voting?
I mean, you're present, it doesn't necessarily mean that I am voting. Until I'm told me book of assembly there and the bachelor say, although constitution is an MP, a member of the General Assembly.
Ex officio.
At the same time, constitution is an MP no ultimate to abanibi. Ex officio there, MC is also a member ex officio, but still a tuaba. Ex officio simply means you are there because of the office you occupy. You're tuaba mauna I do akupio. So I just and Joe Wise was only counted for the purpose of satisfying the last part of Article 1041, where it says that there must be at least
half of it.
All MPs
138, no.
138 exactly. But when it came to the actual voting, Joe White had to be.
It could have been said, say, 137 persons voted for the approval of the budget.
But there was 138 people there. And because of the presence of 138 people, all you needed were 70 people to vote for the motion. 70, that's all.
It's year Keno. Sanka Joe Wise better not say Nanka 137 here and a 137 Quatanaha and Nanka for the purposes of say you been 138 into that Joe Wise one kind of home count because we have 137.
I don't want to be kind of home count because the standing orders of parliament in order 109 is clear.
And here two abano and a 137 say we approve the budget and a 137 say we don't approve the budget and no some kebe.
What is me starting no kasa me catch you say Yankopon di dia fu fie se nkrofo na nko dem 100.
There be no
exactly.
Anya political
anya pie.
137 I'm sorry.
And the motion will have been lost.
Mpacho anya politically correct for you to say nkrofo no. What nyame na di ho afofie say members of the opposing party no armor.
Oh, facha me.
Nkrofo no dey anya kasapa.
We kasatintin na dey ba facha me.
It abetemu. It 137 nanka dey be see.
Article 104 is clear. I'll see when the matter in parliament is for determination. That's a vote in it is lost.
It is and also so not just the leadership of the minorities. So no, it was lost on them. They were not strategic enough.
Exactly, meaning one issue. And because they don't go on Sunday, they were dead. I could hear come one round about today. Don't go on Sunday.
Nah.
Because although your wife went to sit, which gave us room, because some of us our worry was, hey, your wife is a constituency. Abeka members only 137 available to vote. It is a way no bad there. And it's almost 137 number to Abana final lose. And somehow they stayed out.
Okay. And be from now. Two quick response. Dear General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party.
ADAKABRI, I'm repom sans some of Bissami, but but Twabon. Say, me divinity among Gomo. When they say xenophobia air cassa. To say me making sure, sir, me nine in see because what is your growing one? There's no turning back. So I just say,
now, finally, oh, fantastic, ultimate General Secretary of the Ubekan say iconic MPP.
Oh, ADAKABRI, I did MP 16 years, so whom father romantic. My deputy minister, Omampani for Abreso Kakra, Ababi the chief whip, Parliament Ghana. I did 9 years work was my interparliamentary union consultant several years. This year in an interparliamentary union from Geneva, they still consult me on matters of parliamentary and legislative work in Ghana. So I just say, this position be inside the party, even the national chairman. My cousin may contest here, Mr. Fatah, so my contest to be. Sanya baby poor, and men for to make crack as a contest the flag bearership of the party. So I just say, but me share baby a party that Drew is saying now. Now me carry a normal woman baby a Juma power or party. I bet to me at the party Nigerian and nice year towards 2024. Now a baby back up and say I'm pass, so I'm pass and may call election be there. 170 bandits.
At the Suhum for say, what woman no more dawasi. Inti Suhum for say, or more train a brow be present to now or my towachi. What you say?
Thank you.
That's it. Yeah, Fred Opariansa. Ana yenyina yesua bibi no ose nyamensa ana na ewomu na senka Haruna Aduna woni members of the opposing party NDC womu betnase eno mo masha 137 enanka MPP led by Venerable Maradona oseche mensa bonsu tumpahine afe wo kwa jojo no munam se so ho meka ya wo so winti o se jojo wo kwa ne ko dwa atoa so ho na no be catch your party for ne say wo ma kodwa ato mo ma na betena bonte na wo keka basa akire mo no. Have a cool head, be skillful, and don't impudence and arrogance. Some pahine to impudence and arrogance. Na ye jojo dem na ye kan se kodwa ato ano na wo mo ta wachi no munim se ye jojo ntime sere wada me an me ka akire wo every time no tie etina me bie ma no aka akire ono so ahuno na wafamu aba enti senka 137137 no na jo wise te ho se nyanyame na mankrofo yi eye opposing party foi haruna aduna ene nkrofo o ma amaye enka de fahene fa so mpahene o tie de president ne ka akire wo no me wo betena se ma me wo be ye leader ma me mani ma be gu ase se yakotwero me din se me akufu ado pension say leader impudence ne arrogance twetwene afa yenko budget no mu die na finance minister so baaye no o ka say yenya enoma bi ampa so ye finance minister no ahead of Tuesday no so no wadin komo bi leadership of the minority so enim nkomo a wadie no atonya akwanya begina ho no so wamfa antodwa o se ongoing na ye beye hu bibi adie na ye betimi aye yenkoi na Professor Babu Atin Department of Economics at the University of Ghana, the only University of Ghana. Na yenhwe se die na ye betimi aye more particularly 0.5 or 1%. Professor Babu Atin, akumada Babu Atin, memo ha.
Yeah.
Prof, now what is there?
Yeah, me adumba na also.
Boni bia ni akwam na prof ye penchiremu kakra bi. Budget ho nkasa tentene ne ade no on the floor of parliament no. Hang parliament ye ne parliamentary experts yakasa enya ye ho ntiase kakra. Am ye hu se nyame nsade no kwane ebaamu ena yetimi ayeden approve budget na finance minister yedi kan emma akwanya se omeka na no asem kakra ansa na ya approve budget no obeka na no asem no o kire no mama akonan otwe na dwene ya twe na dwene sisuo na amongst them no ena oka e-levy no akoye se bosia ya bo na ne de yempese ye bo bosia ne yepese ye shore up domestic revenue enu nti ye di e-levy no eba aba behemu oje 1.75 wose wo kwa akoye hu bibi in the annals of ISA University of Ghana Department of Economics Professor Jampo say Mosink yanyi 0.5 adie ne betimi aye Professor Babu Atin
me do say mania am say budget ba ye nya kwan e ka ho asam kakra omo kai budget no na me adome akwan e ko ho e de me sma gene eto ho na ebasa yeso ya na ye hwehwemu analysis kakra ye nim na ya na nia edikai ode bibi edikai tax ba ana se levy ana charges ya ba na se umfa bi enye sa wo se utimi ehwehwemu yi analysis yi any aspect ekasa behind the scene omo no any policy making no but they like academia yeah maybe I want no yeah in between policy makers and we are also users of public service in the manema enti social analysis na be who say enema be mi no anami nsa penka aban atwi na dwene ekoso a ebeboa me di mene enipa pi enya agye se ye ntwam kra ebi se aban wo onya adwuma ye wo ya ne se obetimi ye ne ye adwuma no obetimi agege taxes kakra na ono so ade ahwe ye enunti obehebe bebe a obetimi enya sa taxes enunti se o hwehwe bibisa na wo so the economic principles ebem edikai no 1.75 no media mehwehwe mu ne magene ye na if you say 1% and ebeboa if you say depending on the rate you know nipa pi wo ha one way a obelusu omo in terms of the users of momo Yeah, obi anya analysis and can say inelastic. Inelastic say we increase what did be back let's say be about 10% or more a big giant no less than 10%. And no any friend no inelastic. But entisa enti I was saying yes share. It was new idea a new chatty a new partner. Now what did be say I was a calculation very simple. It is all for big say 1%. The calculation, no. Enti obia so na me panto so anama me panto so ene me maniama eno no ebe very simple. Ye to so miensa. And someone for P agene e MANSO, but yes ye get the bill home. And then for the past 2 hours, many of Sabania and we calling back. We are analyzing how the issue might be. Now why now I was the Utia. The share a gam a budget and ankasa or say 1% or more informal sector for ebem no Utia. Now informal sector for now, and yet any part or target etia and informal. Yet the all provided service and informal. And today, the Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Honorable Dubois, you know what can be said. Only 2.4 million Ghanaians in the chair direct. Abra ye 30 million. Not just a open star, not just a very few people. Or can't some catch and say totally million or energy. The only so that analysis is thrown everything out of here. There are 30 million here, but 30 million and what I Inti akuka say 30 million na 2.4 penny here. One analysis no a problem. I was so we in collective. We almost school in film. Now we say the adult population na almost human. The working age population na almost human. Almost say. Now we say 30 million na. We say just about 15 million. And I'll bet me I can say they are supposed to pay tax. Make you say I was almost at 2.4 million out of 15 million. You know, 30 million. It is a way analysis. No one here. You may come up with a policy. Or here, over moving bones the unya near open. And when the decline, then can you call 1% everybody to see you old young informal sector operator. Me quota dear. I want one thing. I didn't make no tax bills. I said the mode of payment no ASR agility not just a double taxation. And I'm saying pay the informal sector fund and also on TNT. And you can all receive and I am quoting government's own budget statements. Say you percent the informal sector for EBM. Informal sector fund a info. Informal sector fund a obia owodomo a jumano unregistered. Informal sector a obia auto mechanic piteni and also was so kind and also a hairdresser and also a tailor. And that's our activities. Only from informal sector people. And then the oversight in the informal sector. And nothing, Anka, the only people at the end, and I was say Anka, the club bed in a corner. That's the only people at the end. Or she said, maybe the tax act to be only a bit decided. I was a bit to so many pana, or Betiana, or Tiana, and I said, may absorb. And my economic incidence of tax. And when he said, me a Jumano, me tax, me decided, me establish an Ankasam, inelastic, it is a bit toso crana, people will still pay. And no, what dealing with our argument about double taxation. At the same time, what in any informal sector operators say almost a bit here. We are over the country na ebi artisan bi obi about here say over the year human na or say obeti after tax na there any we have can time and no the nipa na OTS country obi say e convenient e ma na over country so they don't worry may any more but the start tax no e be count then it means what struggle the two problems that incidence have been on the buyer but not on the seller or the producer because the elasticity favors the producer. And these are the analysis we are all of us are because what they call the panel OTN so many people were shipped and there was a government in Yano. onya. It is hardly my minimum. It was from the answer. I was said between a certain level of markup. You say, oh, minimum, this is 100 fine. Let's just say, a young one or music and Saturday. Let's just say, I'm cow market. Minimum at the top end, and also, I was saying, yeah, if you say 10% is standing between 10,000 cities moment. Let's say, rate to look at a 1.5, it's a 150 cities. Would they 10 is no account one, a 150? It is a mentor idea, I will about so kind. Let's say, me tia momo, let's make you 160. Make me a cafe, the Bama Moto, FR 20 cities, now this kind of call. And I said, other, the back to the Palak, there are so many a year because the kind of area casino. Now a month for able to go away from paying. And notice that ultimately the cap not to be say about 2,000 and not 3,000. Not 3,000, the independent NCR, and the bonus say it will be empty the alternative. In economics, they say the substitution effect. Substitution effect, you know, a very limited. But all costs from the substitution effect, you know, a big. It is a would you say 500 billion transaction on Momo. Now the year analysis, who will say at the top end, now American air casino, you are going to do. It is our analysis going on yes, because I buy when your revenue, the own Jamaica. And again, I will say you can watch up. It is the kind. And can rate to know about
young recap normal me and Sano. First, we'll say for ease of calculation, think 1%, right?
And apart from that, no, a new area, we don't know the elasticity so much, and therefore we shouldn't have to be so high.
Okay, and then secondly, so no, yama and yet may a madia or Jisicano in Triaka.
There be yama dear or Jisicano Mumna in Tia.
There be a Dianisika or Quaginisika every month, as a nipper or Tria. Tamemi a vendor, just a vendor in Tria, merchant in Tria, but not a me Quagiaco Turdruno.
Okay, my message to say.
Okay, such a be.
Me Sadisika Akoma Mamma, our Madan. Said me Yan of Sumi Biano. And was set in your old receiver, Mamma or receiver, and also just that tax.
Okay.
And when Tian found 7,000 is Ekoma Mamma. 1.7 and answer 1%. And was set a cop, Mamma, when I was set a cop. I said, me, I'm away. In person, I'm missing from a sobetia, some of the account. Let it was. It
in effect, no, and Necrano. A year companies no charge 1%. I just all the 1,000 come mamma me a 10. No the 10 so that mammy be 1,000 per. It as it is no person who say to your mamma me I just oversign the 17 cities account 17 cities 50 pesos. I can 10 cities no one a year 27 cities 50 pesos. And sana mammy to me 1,000.
On say pesos near in album and the matter riches of
and that's just a thirdly, so no, what's your capuno from the lower end of 100 cities at the Basra at the top end, so young capuno, so that will be and share alternative a year. It is the way forward.
So the way forward, yeah, member can say, actually, I buy Uneska. Mum, Messer say a bill is memory and idea, or the action. And I'm saying I buy a piece candy. A common the one, yeah, I am fine some years already. I didn't know when I can't crack. Now, my main for 1995. Now, maybe we already have for a year. Make I said, the back buyer a buyer. I did back what a man of buyers, and I'm for because the rating are very high. So, okay, 17.5. Time one, yeah, I buy a withdrawal or started by 1998 December or starting 10%. And then, but it's about 17.5 or 18.5. We are gradually master.
17.5.
Yes, because a graduate, the channel is meaning to see NHI and then your money. Now it is about 17.5, but nobody is making it because a graduate. But so what's starting on China and no, you think I am rating and for me, I'm 1%. A Basan or man can lose out, they will not lose out. And therefore, that will even come in and then make up for the 0.75 that the government thinks that is going to lose. And then two, in government own, a panel or receiver, means how casted the merchant. But a receiver, so merchants in their own a vehicle through which the money is coming. And it is an acquired car. Necessarily, Magina. And was said a new panel or yeah, car. One a service provider now own tax, even though Onya Sika, or no, empty. Now, say, or no, please say, oh, on your salad, and if you say, Abraham, oh, and you're the cow, and the same thing. The third one is that you more than saying, can you bet me a couple? And the possible substitution effect. I be my mom for a move away when the figure is high, will not be there.
You, Prof, you better was it now. Walk young walk a name, mono, and Crophobis to a man way say moi, or Muji sick and Hunubi dear. Me shake crab and I freeze almost you bet me at your tax. And Crofo from bloggers. I've been away more TikTokers for no. A year bloggers a Zion Felix, a young conconsant.com. War mono dominate social media, YouTube, na ye tweet yes kama womo, TikTok, a necra de asantua de awardie ni ubi nyinyi bida, abnam we de awardie. A drew bra, sa bloggers na mutiti social media, titi YouTube no, any TikTok no. A kwambens ni betimi a taxi womo on the dollars na ye tweet ya de ma womo no.
Yeah, edikaya do. I was a gap between here, a choir or more a pastor or my juma. And Matisse say, all bloggers, no, let's say, among for a follow the Brazil, nature say, or Musica Abba. There are so many ways, a converse that become a pastor, Emma, obey a receiver, and he say a fact with a banker.
But in principle, no, if they are earning income on what they write as bloggers, foreign exchange crowd more. In principle, no, do we need to include them in the tax net, Anna?
Oh, of course. And no quality, say, who earn income. No, who say gift to crowd, no, who more gifter, yes, your gifter. It is so long as who earn income, no, dear. And was say, because you are using the platform, and then you are buying for MANSO, and then you are a soldier for a boy who buy, and then a process for a boy who buy. Abang yang cuma betul moka. Yes, hanya malu kita also. Oh yeah, cuma within this peaceful environment, no income there. And dia I was say abang, cuma. There are so many other areas where.
Because some bloggers no, just sika wamoji no. Just Abraham way to me. Just the dollars in Abra no. Enti Prof miampensia na yen hwe ne yen commission bibi ebetimi ahwehwe mu pa yie. Sources of their income. Niamfan token because yen na ye pesca and now almost when yes can nom de Prof you better was a pa. Abna
no, ADAKABRI, why did you wake up today and choose violence? Day.
Zion Felix sika wenyen.
Na me enu Zion.
A consensus sika wenyen.
Omomba industry 20 years aba.
Wo TikTok
me ni TikTok.
She asantu ahwe sika wenyen.
I sika hin na waji. Asantu sika hin na waji. Sika hin. Ade na asantu na for eyi. Sika ne dia obebo, but what's the publicity they're going to get
on it?
Why should we? Amuna moto abandon my.
You are earning an income.
If I sit here and I say I do a story about a celebrity and then they are so impressed with the way I spoke about them, no, because I'm not jiweton suonu. ADAKABRI say come on, radio so ni scan ni favor munye. Say ke was a taxi mo wenu.
We are taxi no sika omo je nyom fa.
Yeah, no, because
I no crazy to ask them.
No, they are just it's just good will be
good will say.
Me share abna me dance and then what's many mo bedroom energy weton suonu.
It's not a gift.
It's a gift. It's not
a gift.
They are not paying me. Gift to the end. Yeah.
You are earning an income.
Say it I'm graduating a bounce check. I don't know where.
Mon friends Zion Felix na me offer me musa say on declare income when you free blogging.
No so no I got na delay akeka ni nyina no ka bi na we nyina aba.
Samike.
Zion ka hu bi na we nyina aba.
Samike.com musa no me hu how much me offer no he earns.
You see that is it because enya fixed. Maybe at this month ebeko yama for the next 3 months.
But you say a percentage on your earnings.
And I make say
mami atete you seek at source. Haruna said they are earning dollars.
They are not, where the dollars coming from?
They are earning dollars.
So
na who ada
no pass say akotoka
Mr. Me but me dey no dey bi enya adwuma na ma Mr. Akotoka Mr. Aruna say we end this in o onye end this in
we end this in
eti say bi an say dey bi oti he ya oti ade bi wo kasa wo chimi na say next 4 years na me boa na mo chimpa braja mo chimpa na nyame boa na 2024 MPP NDC baso na Mr. Aruna ka say oh ADAKABRI I'm so grateful say time and I your opposition you were giving me time to like bring out whatever we're feeling. No, chose kakra. Earlier was it a tax? Yeah, was it a juice? That is what I want. It was one mutia. Give tax was. No mutia. Give tax was. It's one bit here. One I'll be called AME.
We can look at this from a different perspective. Abna say obi any income from the followers and any antics on social media. Na ye tu eska manwa. And that's what you tax on it, Anna.
You see, if it's a job,
Obana was the no.
I don't know what's to Mr. Aruna. Maybe you'll be like, why would you guys get up today? I don't know, yes, sir. They be more say, more buy now say a human your young entrepreneurship in there. Naka cry, Jenny, so much taxi also. And then I'm on your baby. You go pay me, so I move a taxi.
Abney, samike.com. And na me what for say share.
And you're a registered company.
Should now know samike.com should you know dinachi. Why a dear one free social media so no. Won't you be house won't you?
Just like that, you menu. Now, pray here the hand to mouth can into the a time for one o'clock fan only about a good dinner. Why, yeah, my engine, young taxi to say. Yes, I am one.
Just Zion Fellis. Get the Wenya. Check on concern.com. Eugene.
I want that day. I won't say audio money, Dana. Won't say branding that. Won't say branding that. Yeah, branding what is so.
Yeah, no one enjoys blessing with your friends saying.
Lady J,
Shesika Womonia.
I know nya, Lady J, I
hear. Abna.
Yeah, mamu ina me bisa will say. So if you sit here and it's Ochina, NDC baso, na Mr. Aruna Bano can say, oh, ADAKABRI me dance no or the and I think 50 Ghana and 100 Ghana the money for when this could give tax for. Abna Frema.
Mon gada your friend saying a bloggers the mommy. Na ye musa wo mu nyina
yen from
emfre ati nyenne what ya na mu nyina mu o se mu declare mu income dollars nkanya nya blog
ene die hie ndie mu nya ya kwan ne nya mama ya ka ma ya ga be ma be je tax ye ma be ye de kitikiti mu de be de ye de kitikiti mu de be minister so ma be promise na wana mu nya ma ya
na dollars so mu de fa hin na brem
amu de bi afa dollars ma be no bi afa dollars
a YouTube mramuska YouTube account, verified account. Yes,
yes, and for those on you.
Yes, you verify what you verify was.
Or sometimes you because YouTube is not it's not a Ghanaian organization, it's an international organization. They'll pay you in dollars, but sometimes you can get like just $4. Or it is for between now $2, $4. It's just that.
But when you dollars, how many find in neighbor?
Maybe so say would be for open say the for Western Union na even for account.
No man kwaji.
Ani.
Na muntu ya hwe.
Na de na ukwaji internet ukwaji Western Union na you tax somehow.
Na just makwaji.
Na ukwaji Western Union na do you know are you not taxed somehow?
Enti chese.
Omo ya tax eh. Yaji.
Omo mutumi nya million followers no, you tumi tuya na be saying.
You see that the algorithm is very tricky. You are being paid by to say be our video na was say it was some amount of hours. And an advert a video obi 1 million followers. Advert in page so. Enti anu no nya hwe. But say obi ba na ehun once o ko share YouTube video YouTube ni ad wo ho na one skip ad na o share ad na enu na mani pa ko ni nyaska no but most of the time we always skip
because
the ads.
They say,
we skip the ads all the time
but ebi ko skip enye ye ebe di kan abo first 10 seconds na second 10 seconds na baka say skip number enti sata no nya hwe first 10 seconds
apart from the 10 seconds so one skip ad na wo share ai
na me
first 5 seconds, not even 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
So na me tues kind tie me what say your friend no, a friend say Jerry Amponsa. He's a great guy. He lives in the Manhattan, US. Sabato near the friend. I say this Christmas I'm paying tax at source on my gift from work. Why wouldn't bloggers pay tax on their income? High time to educate the populace about tax culture No wonder the lady is strongly arguing with you on air about the bloggers for not paying tax. She has no idea. Also,
no,
they are
no,
earning so much.
you see, I agree with what you're saying. I agree with like that is Zion Felix has created a whole empire out of it. But one says, "Ube funny part two no more successful no." Aba be tax o mama kana obu 100 Ghana crowd ya advert obey 5,000 no 100 Ghana na. Zion Felix ni because we check here they have been in the industry for 20 years. Omo bani and I make us some came when I say be omunya bibine. To say bloggers say sometimes you don't even have to buy outfits. Or make us some came member material show. Minim say who the advertiser, who share the advertiser nipa because you have the following. But there is the sikanka ho and obi buy dog no de beche. No man
na what Ghana I say $, so say me anyo tax.
Yeah, dollars be ahin $. Ahin.
Omo eje ntua.
I know are you. Omo no meet me na
concern.com. Princess Zion Felix. Bubo bi kire me biem ho abiem.
Me anya me number best in it with them.
Oh sir. So you are not patriotic enough, sir. Ube kire wo ma also mutwe tax.
Have you people been patriotic enough to fix our street lights for us?
Ne be bia kwete akwele de ye nyende.
It's akwele but mo billboards yo. Ye ba beto aba mo ballot box drew o. Akwele you want me draw aba mo ballot box. E to me draw. Ama obe draw on na president ni ayiwe o mo picture bo go yi. Mo to me the billboard ni be see ho no. Ba akwele de ye to me for street lights emo. Ye da mo asi bebre.
Akwele meya. Right, you are still listening to NEAT 100.9 FM. So now Wednesday, December 1, Christmas month we've entered. Now in the studios this afternoon, just gone 3 minutes past 2. Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the NDC, Awa Mohammed of the MPP as a Ebetrasi. Kingsley Amwatrasi. Right. The Nyatrasi as a Siano. Budget disproved, budget approved. What are your thoughts?
My mama was Hannah Mincha on Ukru, Moya Juma, Mincha Tifos, party pinning Fuina. Raji Abdul Sharifna, a neck member of NDC, name Yami Mami, an MP, Maboli. Of being in the birthday, you find a party, wishing I have. Enra, free last Friday. ABC Enra. Brother, someone cost Ghana in Russia be now. Person say, yeah, dear. A boy, a cabman can be a mambo, no share quanya. Some case no more a banyan fan a day in your echo a fast with you. It can crown. Aban ehye yemfa yakoma bosika e budget enkoto masibi fina to samfo de kwa yakin kan ye wie no afena mrahye bedwafo o moye na musifo no betna so no mo hwe futuo menka na budget no mo di aba no sika aban ni hia ni aban ni edi sika ne ebeye to aban ebeje ene ahohari ade beba o mani mu na ahokyere de beba wo se mrase bedwafo hweta ne mani na efe ye bobo hu wie na mfise ne ma bi wo mu a is too harsh for the economic and social conditions at least they need to raise those issues for government to reconsider it. That was exactly what the minority did. The budget are binding the parliament no. The budget does not address all the socio-economic needs of the country at the moment. In addition to that, wasteful spending, the profligate expenditure of the executive, the waste of public resources and the public purse, and the blatant rape of public resources for the past 5 years, government must be accountable to the citizens. And one of the ways by which government can be accountable to the citizens, where parliament exercises its oversight responsibility over the executive. The parliament and function in that manner, at least to me and in my humble opinion, it might constitute a deformity to our democracy. So last Friday, the NDC side, and the minority side of parliament do exactly just that. But we shouldn't forget that the 2020 elections produced a hung parliament. Obia 137. Except one independent candidate who declares on no business on the side of the majority, on the side of the MPP, giving them a majority group +1. But there is no group or more parliamentary or more absolute majority. So, when issues of this nature was tabled, there needed to be consensus. But at the time,
and he's for one not to disrupt anybody because you cannot know. And welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, how are you?
At the time, when I came here, some Nashabe few or Mampeni, Mammy knew about Kenoforiata or the Ghana Sika seminar Shannon, sir, who can budget New Year. Kobe attended even proceedings, no share debate, said the economy, no, ho, Kotna Water region. Obedu ye, then some more kind of government will find a way and handle the minority so that they can approve the budget. How is government going to find a way and handle the majority for them to approve the budget? And the last day I gave you approved budget, on Friday, you were there. Just a few hours with the parliament sitting, Obawa or Siyama concessions. They approve part of the budget now. How can parliament approve the budget without concession? Now more honorable honorable Chairman Sabonshu, you led your majority side to the chamber. Speaker Bet Nasi. Despite all the time or the moment to organize yourself and come, you came. Speaker, I'm on ruling say. Prayer Finance Minister Diabase, you know approve budget and on pending concessional agreement. No, Parliament did not agree. After your marking raised objection, that he disagrees with the Speaker's ruling. Of course. One must say, order 109 of almost any orders, agrees with someone of your marking second. So, for your marking, raise objection. That speaker say, "Young Kotuaba." Whilst in the process of organizing to vote, you allow a backbencher, prior to MP, I am told, came from behind and asked who Honorable Chairman Sabonso and your group to leave the chamber, and you left. Budget about a Jenkwa budget. Come and sit down and approve the budget. You ran away. You couldn't sit down and defend your own budget. But for mind you, as of last Friday, Parliament recorded a total number of people who were present. But then people learned that they don't have the numbers. So because they don't have the numbers, they cannot even sit in to defend the budget because Honorable said Chairman Sabonsu, Abra, Minority Leader, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, and making the final submissions every year. Now your friend also say, also making the defense either to accept or the budget should be approved or otherwise. He could not even give a succinct, coherent, and proper argument to convince the House and the nation and the world why that government policy statement should be approved. He couldn't. Then Sano Kaina was full of aspersions and insinuations. And I'm a time, budget 2015 a year away, 2014 a year away. We've gone past that. We've gone past that. So we're dealing with the issues of substantively before the House at that material time. Why the need of referring back to 2014-15 budget? Eventually, they boycotted sitting, and the Speaker had to table the motion because Mama Demo budget about to run away. And the Parliament side, as at that time, took a decision on the matter. Now, they went and ran. In fact, Speaker Ma, budget, Parliament, and making that determination away, they stepped out and started doing press conference. Called the Speaker all manner of names. And agitating on the airwaves. Granting interviews left, right, center. And claiming that they overturn the decision of the Parliament. The decision the Parliament took last Friday, they were going to turn it. And yesterday, they gathered to overturn the decision purportedly, as they claim. But for only, ye kab mamin kab ya mamunu. Ni fapemina na se mrabe ye juma. Emran was say ye juma should be fairly, not seem to be done, but it must be done in the letter and the spirit of the law. I am not a lawyer. And then a while sitting here to study a lawyer. Therefore, Siyakasa, we look at the Emranaka and we also argue on it literally. Mementi Asimu, Saosha Order 109. And then Article 104, Clause 1 and 3, particularly are relying on the 1, and with your kind permission offer. I mean, kind 1, say the Eka 104, no say, except as otherwise provided in this Constitution, matters in Parliament shall be determined by the vote of the majority of members present and voting, with at least half of the members of the House present. 3 say, where the vote on any motion are equal, it shall be taken to be lost. Now, Saosha even share the surfaces of Sam Rawe without even going to the interpretation because the Supreme Court have the original jurisdiction to the interpretation. Mintias say, particularly on Article 140 Clause 1 now, Musiki to rely on. Osha Parliament or the Standard Order 109 now. A member be because a community or presided as a speaker at that time no, will lose an original right to vote. That member cannot vote on the matter on the floor of the Parliament at the time. So, maybe say that the provision of the standing order, just opposing that against this provision of Article 104, Clause 1, no, talks about the vote and not the people who are in the building at the time. The people who vote to determine the otherwise or to determine the outcome of that decision. No. The issue lies originally on the vote taken, but not the people in the floor. That's my understanding. Unless it is otherwise determined. That's how I understand it. And mind you, I think Richard the last guy, I have just read from City News, he has gone to the Supreme Court to seek an interpretation from what happened last Friday and what happened yesterday.
He's gone to Supreme Court saying, say, our challenge speaker Nadi on Friday, you know, they are unconstitutional.
And that of the C and
Debbie.
In fact, and the City News I can't remember.
Debbie,
that's what
read the City News.
Who read the crowd being saying yes, I know.
I read post except of it, and that was the understanding I got.
Okay.
But that once a matter that Supreme Court in the Parliament in Supreme Court, Ebeka. Of only. In what happened at the Parliament yesterday raises the issue of impersonation. Because it has been alleged that Honorable Adwa Safua and Nikroma, as has been purported by the majority. And Yahoo pictures and videos so about out. What intrigues me is that Honorable Adwa Safua na. I'm Adwa Safua in Nikroma. In the physics, how she looks. When the woman started, in fact, so she's not one, as he said, she was frightened. As the who be at on so. Also, the appear, no court, now judge at the Jomwa. They just got up or enter court, not judge at the Jomwa. You can't just enter and go and sit down or get up and leave. You have to bow down. Likewise, in the floor of Parliament. The Mami way a piano. One of the honorable members or two of Kina Junior also say, bow to the speaker before you leave. No, Dan Muno Bunu, America Shim, no, the free floor. In fact, that matter have come up. And I think that the minority side of Parliament will all have to investigate this matter. If that is the case, Wafa, democracy have been maimed under President Akufo-Addo. Because if you see the honorable or the Joe Wise and the Cotton German Cramp Eka one more quarter on, are they up to that half of the parliamentary inana? Are they half? They are not, because 137 sat down last Friday and took a decision. And the same 137 met and took a decision to overturn a decision of 107 or 137. And Article 104 Clause 3 say, see, the assembly to Parliament now vote in here equal, that matter is lost. So you move to sit in the Speaker's chair, declare yourself as MP, Therefore, I am among. And so we are 138 and not 137. I think, with all fairness and sincerity, near majority for Omoyeno, they are not going to help our democracy. Because issues are minority leader at table here at the close of the submission on last Friday. Majority have not stated anywhere that they are rejecting the budget in its entirety. They have raised certain issues that need to be addressed for the sake of Ghana and for the sake of our future. Number one, almost say Aka GMPC deal. Government have to look at it. Number two, almost say a Japa. Number three, they have raised issues about Qatar Sea Defense War. Abra, West and Housing Minister, Esha Ebo said, Abana Sobaba Musika, one would get the Juma, a build the sea defense war, a protected you more motis and potemono. In the 2020 budget, no provision have been made for that. Government must include it. Provisions must be made in the budget. Number four, electronic levies are binary bar. It is going to impose more hardship on the people. Ghanaians are already embedded with taxes. We cannot impose more taxes on the people. So government should look at it. And also reversal of benchmark values or abinance or their bar. And also increase everything. And also automatic adjustment of 15% increment in all government services, including mortuary services. Government have to look at it again. But what happened? They failed to engage. They failed to even look at a new majority in air can say, and you be a ball man and say, I want you Ghana for elsunu. Government have to look at it. Have they done that? They didn't do that. And they went to sit in yesterday and said they have overturned everything. Therefore, they have approved the budget. Fine. And the parliament is here. Mantimi on office in there. I am here to follow what will happen today in the house and subsequently what actions will be taken. But what is more dreadful at the moment, Mr. Ofa? Okay.
About second bit. Haruna Kingsley Amaliba of the NDC and our team initial submission. Awa Mohammed of the MPP now takes the mic. Awa, Minti Ususwe. Budget is approved. Budget approved.
Ofa medase ma menchi etiefo nyina na menchi aminua Amaliba na menkasa medase pa for this opportunity. Na ofa medase ade esi no na eye o TV so enti ema obia ehwe bi the tosomi enu nse eno so na o Facebook enti ne kra no otimi ko wachi a obetimi ko hu de see because Parliament of Ghana o Facebook account a time bia no omo publish omo na say omo ye Facebook live etimi eboa ama nkrofo ehu de ekoso na de ba kwa wo say ofa etiase ne say it is not true say Amaliba can say few hours to the approval of the budget and Keno Foriata echo Parliament. It is absolute lie. Na ose adintina anka Keno Foriata ambet namu throughout the debate na one bit ebia na say one be hwebi. Already budget no we you know esesa MPs ni nyina echo ho eno omo echo ye enkita ho ewo ho ema omo raise issues from the budget. Omo raise issues no discussions be especially on social media and mainstream media. Discussions be by BC taxi we see nye iti ekodru ho edu Friday anka ye be approve no. Enna Honorable Ken Uforiata echo Parliament anopa. Any leadership of Parliament etnasi edi nkita ho. Tede mo kano motion no kra no ma move to even approve muntwentwen so. Na die mo kano yenye wider consultations ansana yatimi aye. Ampa mo gitu mu. Ema mo call Parliament late that day. Eho ena ono so na ote eye chamber no wote ho no na speaker ho na obeka say ono de onjin ontimi entake that decision nti otoama parliament say mujitum say finance minister say budget na ode aba no mamunjin tumunchintwen so na yemfa bibi nka ho na yemfa bi nhyem na yenyi bi mfiri mu ne na keka ho nti muntwentwen so mamu approve ne na yenye eti media to manim eti munyina no mugitum se yentoa so ana se yenye ebi kan se ye ebi nso ka se no eti o ka se no for na wini enye ba bia na obi kan se ye say afenyo markings e kan se won penene na keka ho I don't know where Amalba got this information from ehona afenyo marking sorry e kan se ye den no for no wini esan se ye no kra no ye kan ni bebre ntia na ye separate na ye the numbers no it is calling for separation and a speaker e kan se ene honorable Kenoforiata ensori mpie when pia obe invite marshal na marshal a walking out ehona dey asem ni nyina bai anko ka say excuses because ye be kan ye ho a esi tem bia e wo say excuse o mo na ye kan o mo but o see member marshal a escort o ena OPK etu na ni na asieru nketi atosoro woni NDC for kakra bi o say ne sa onu free hadia ena mo so asieru nketi ayempam no mfiri ho meti say NDC for ka say onu public gallery wontimi nyehwe public gallery no since covid ba ye obi ankotena ho enye say bia ye ba bia obi akotena yes ba bia obi kotena but covid ba na obi ankotena ho ene ye sa voice vote na wo public gallery a utimi etiem ka ho a ekom because ni nyina parliament no we wo so na we wo form eti oye no say ene sesa na tie dia ene yenye I don't know where this is coming from say where first time MPNT he is so supposed he is representing the people of Mpraeso whether oba parliament and no anase oba 92 that is immaterial back when the Oti parliament yen and saying who catch Robi say he's been in parliament from 92 obi reje to mana to the extent that say parliamentarian and I say a speaker of parliament me e can say wo order a minister around say minister enkoye bibia when he knows that ontimi nya bibisa because wo de we chia me wo ho eti say oba enro so oba dambe o matisa o muka first time MP na ye den de wo kire ne say wopam we say wo say obama marshal I escort no dia ene akwa na wote soro no no so firi ho that's all ene ye na say oh dabi wote public guy na APA ena mutena asese monkan mo ho wo say oh yen suspend and power suspend say 5 minutes okodi be 30 minutes ena osan bai obai no say monkan mo ho na ye hu omokan na 137 so enye half of parliament mintia se omo eka se 137 enti Amalba ntia se ye ka se yenko 2015 they see 2015 we will still have to go back to 2015 because in 2015 Hansard Bia your friend say capture honorable Alban Bagben or say semi potoa Mr. Speaker we are 275 members half of that is 138 Mr. Speaker I believe that we are more than 138 so we can satisfy the constitutional provision and no na edeka so we are 137 Munru because when he was majority leader he mentioned it in that parliament in 2015 say 138 and a half of the house it is a moment sina we are 137 na mo say ya tenase atu eye budget na gua edwuma hunu na mo ya because the mo ya no illegal enunti na ama enya mi wanwa century asan ye lawyer ni mapa Richard the last guy within 2 days was say medical Supreme Court na yakasa de wa ye no unconstitutional Enfamra kwan so a obetena hokra no ebetu se yenim quorum eye nyina ye hwase aye meeting na afom quorum eno hia 92 pe. Sometimes they are even more than the 92. No mas afom quorum na bi agyae na omako committee meetings. It happens in parliament. Omutimi start omu nyina start no ewia no say committee no we are lacking behind it yenko na wa from no omako. But the parliamentary way, you say, yeah, busa questions, yeah, answer the cake on a coso. And nunti, you almost frame him random, sir, and nunti no more casse. Mobeti me and your 92 1/3 a form quorum. Nesu mu bema a year a ruling. Some mu better keep decisioner. As I say, I am Rashabeja. Eti mrabia, the decision be on better kibia on beto ababiano. I am ra, oh, my I was say, dear Juma. It is a move by Shamra dia. Ene monfre nipa ni nyina na munya half. Ansa na motimia Shamra. Na enu nkyere se mu 138 a. Na se 75 etu 4. Na the aka no etu against her. Enu nkyere se it doesn't hold. It holds. Article 104 na wakan ye ne kyere se tama ye beto aba no e wo se nipa 138 na wo ho. Half ye beto aba half de e wo so mo ansa na mo start abato eti enra de si ye no na half na wo ho because nipa na e kan wo na wo ye 138 na matiti bi say si sisi ya waka the speaker no onto aba enra speaker na onto aba ta wo hwe nko ade a o kan se omo epese ye approve no enka I anase ye omuka ye no wanka bi enti wanto aba ni bi but that time a ye beto aba na nipa omo parliament 138 yesi o say okoduru ho no per law no ni bibia e kire se we speaker nto wa forfeit casting vote na na keka ho nyina but in July we could have hazard July your friend say 8th to 2021 onu na preside. But nipa omuko parliament that day 210 uko 197 na honorable Joseph Osewusu ho ye kan MPs no ye kan ne kan ho ye be se sitting ase no na ohuri court na asoro eti ye kan no enra ye hyase no 138 na o kan ho ye be kan no ye be start no na o court na asoro because speaker ni ho and otena ho ehono nto a woto aba enye but 138 MPs na wo ho and that is it enunti enye mi nwanwa se anopai commentaries any NDC omu bibia ema omutimi koy asolete job was ka bibi o ka bibi anopai o Peace FM media me nka se omu approve yi na omu share that stay out there be enim guase o se alote Jacob say NDC for approve budget no pese o mo approve enunti na ma o man konra no because anka o mo ko enra anka paye emra no so kire se paye a enye decision
into tio afi yemra the national realm.
Yes,
do you believe say 137 no I was see a useful language as a yehuru the other side as yehuru the other side na omo pese omo approve and into no mo share that no omo anko and omo koy anke be pai into
NDC ni na cancer asem
ya twum sa where do we get to
NDC ni na cancer asem no
eti the men dan
NDC ni
or
your former
NDC member allotate on NDC member get your facts right stop me throwing that
Alote Jacobs a former central regional chairman of the NDC.
It doesn't matter whether he was a former president or your NDC member. Get it right. Get it right.
Okay.
I don't allow you to mislead the public.
Meja Alote Diano.
okay so see ano
Anka enra omo koya.
Dear say na nya see awie.
Yes.
Kwamben so any a bit me di skill cool-headedness aye adwuma wo hang parliament as opposed to impudence any arrogance any name calling
Ofa me buy no so but me ti we keto bi
behind the
free.
scenes no
Yeah.
womu kick omu tutu ayampia ka bi kire babin ka bi kire no behind the scenes no womu dia na anamo be no mu tuye so how did they feel time almost share mpanimfoɔ yɛhwɛ national interest no how did they feel so about one thing or party supporters no can we are now this 3 way but behind the scenes no now we bunkoto now patch
offer enye ade a ebetimi aboa yen se ye twen na we a emmo man no but ade ba kwa wokan na mpesa me tifrim
okay come in
wo se nipa na enra oba no onye aju asafo na enye hono a ene wojina that is a question you even have to ask him. You even have to ask people like Okuje to Ablakwa. Ono ka say wo say see pictures bi abante enya aju asafo. To the extent that no ka say wig na wo share ne enra no enya wig a wo share ne nti enya ono.
Me kire say enra no o ma hu no.
That's a question.
Na mam ya pon awi a.
Ya pon awi.
E11 no. Ghana for na no mani abre.
Yes.
Utie Selon Brantie ade a otwero ya. What do you propose we do? Now university dons are even saying say yenye 1% or ease of calculation. Now for young couple between 100 cities to 10,000.
Yes.
And nearly. What do you make of it?
Yeah, offer many we say ade ne buy no. Budget bar. Enye first approval and approval. We first one. We call estimates and son of appropriation. Eti enya dia ebia yenya kan ya edi tumu na ebia first approval iko ya na omo astarte ye ho adwuma da bi enye san ne tie de ye ne se estimation no eduru ho a ena ye ka se ebia we no yemfa nshem we no yemfa mfirimu we yemfa nshem we yemfa mfirimu sa na ye no eti ene no enu nti na ama minister no e ka se yen suspendia de na yen kona yen kofa bibi nshem na yen yibi mfrim me ore hyemu se ade na ba ye no enkrofo start ka ho asem bebrebe no ye beka se yen tiso and abena kra kan no honorable abena o say o kan no say there is no way say ye betime aginam tintinchini say 175 na ebeye 1.75 na ebeye ye betime atiso amana ye ade ba ko a ya ne say so wo se ade no kra no yenyi firi ho kra the NDC is telling us oh your debt unsustainable your jebisi adodo ene ubisa Dr. Babu Ate no ubisa ne say no ye mpese ye be overburden yourself with debt the mpe kwan bi mfa so na ye widen tax net no se na be ya Ghana for ebetimi afande ya yenwuma abraye nkoje eye no yenkoje bisian omo se da bi uji bisian dodo ye the tax measure bi aba ye betimi at least atiso no omo se hey da bi o insensitive yenyin firi ho mo se courtesy events didn't get your friends mentioned it yemfa ni shem yemfa sika no free hin na yemfa nye esansa mu de munnim ekwan ya faso ehemamu bebrenti munyina mu de ane se mu ba na se mu kwaje bisia na mbesi a na maji bisia besi na maji bisia besi enu na muji se ya mamu but I believe it's a cool heads and a bit me aboy nyina
right yeah maliba Ghana for I commented so much on the 1.75 E11 you know and what do you make of it
I want to comment a whole lot of blunder and I think so I'm back on pocket here you see hello listen good. The public gallery is open to every Ghanaian. And every Ghanaian have a right to go and sit there, watch proceedings, and see how our representatives in parliament conduct business on our behalf. It's never true. So COVID by close that place down. A man for her. Me ma kotra public gallery ho. Ma kotra in recent times ma kotra ho. And so ni moi, just keep quiet. And you say what? Say a cancer for your mark in so one penny. In fact, you even, because you didn't follow proceedings, and in the beginning you claim that videos on Facebook so you can follow. That's true. But you yourself, you haven't watched it. When they came to parliament, in fact, sitting was supposed to have started by 10. Minority was there, no majority. And Koya up to somewhere 2. One more buy, no majority for the MI. And I think one of the Ahmed Ibrahim raised an issue. And before they came in, Honorable Anodom Ekoye press conference. No alleged say Speaker, convey the meeting with the leadership. And whilst Honorable Ibrahim was raising issues about the purported leadership meeting, and in somewhere majority nakano. Speaker came in and ruled, say it's never true, say meeting be also at that time, and so he suspended the house for the next 30 minutes. But Speaker Koyano, after 2 hours later, it was then the Speaker Bano Kase. He apologized to the House for holding you ransom because communication and Mamaho. Now Koyano, a delegation came led by the finance minister. Finance minister Mbekase suspended the approval of the budget. The Beka say, "Wamuyi levy holding free ho. No on consult to leadership, no consultation of everybody. In fact, we use the word engage to engage leadership." At that moment,
na parliament,
no more approve budget. Please,
leadership na engage.
No more improve part of the budget. No man, a whole and a speaker table question no amount of the floor, and then those in favor say aye, those against say no. No, it's okay. You think the noes have it? And I feel marking say no. I am challenging the ruling of the speaker. I said no, they didn't have it, and he called for what they call a division. Division also takes an extensive process.
The extensive process. What is that? What is that?
No, you don't know. Let me talk. It takes an extensive process. Step one. First of all, was the speaker more plenary now? Be a free war. Was a true question, so that he can be able to capture clearly the voice of people who are on the floor. Or and also, and we are here, then he has to call for a vote. But all these processes should be involved by people who are elected MPs. But when they came in, because they didn't have the numbers, they brought in the minister and some of his entourage, including deputy ministers.
No, my bad. No, my bad. Can you imagine?
No,
275.
In fact, it was even Honorable Munta kind of raised that objection and say, Mr. Speaker, all visitors should leave and allow only certain, how do you call it, honorable members of the House. And Speaker agreed. No, say, Muina Mumpie. Why I won't, even said all of you should leave. My auntie Speaker can say, when people Marshall.
Okay. He mentioned Marshall.
Honorable Ken of Fourier time for you. How? After Mumpia, Obi say, I said, get here at Esro. What for? Let me tell you. So, big public gallery, when you shout here, you can descend that voice. You can descend that voice out of the voice within the chamber. In between the public gallery and the chamber, on a quiet kakra. A quiet and don't mean to NTM. Ah, yeah, you Ernesto, your boy, right? A quarter can say, drop that chamber. Moment you can say, drop that chamber. All the honorable members turn their eyes towards the
because everyone gallery. Was quiet. Because everyone was quiet.
Everyone turned his voice, his eyes towards the chamber. And it doesn't matter whether there is voice or not. Who can say free public gallery? Why? Automatically, your voice must exceed those who are within. Therefore, that voice will be the same. Now say, Speaker, I hear then, and you are trying to run the speaker down, talking about quorum. Let the warning and the notice be served. We are not going
1.75.
Offer, I will conclude on this and come there. We are not going to countenance any gross disrespect and willful denigration of the speaker. We won't. Or yes, speaker my NDC. Or yes, speaker for the Parliament of Ghana. We saw not too long ago, Honorable Michael Kwe, the Jumadi Odi to the extent that when minority MPs were raising issues, legal issues, he ignored them. We have video on my phone. So one day he presided over a house, no more for me quorum. Did you condemn him? Hypocrite. You think you can condemn? How do you call it? Right honorable speaker.
On my friend say date now, yes, sir. On my
I have a video here.
Date now, yeah.
I have a video.
How can video show you say?
I have the video on my phone.
I'm not talking to ignorant people.
Muntaka was on the floor raising objections about that issue.
Yanko substance.
So
what do you
say?
That being organizing when was the date?
It happened.
Jantrono.
Come on, Yanko substance. What do you make of 1.75? No,
it's too
now,
much.
A clear parliamentary side now. How would the general population look at it?
It's too harsh. At the moment, you see, Ghana almost COVID-19, but you see, they claim that OSHA, our economy was doing well and COVID came. That's not true. So OSHA, economic indicators, debt to GDP ratio, 2016 was 56.0%. As at 2020 March, COVID, before COVID, 2019, now could do 76.08%. And you can talk about the rest. Public debt to domestic revenue ratios and others. All of these figures, were not in good shape. And the truth is that the country is in crisis, serious crisis. If not, they have to impose taxes. But the rebel seven say offer tax are binding one person and you coin. One city of those taxes, and yet they coin. You know why? A binding projected for 105 billion Ghana cedis within the next 1 year. Now 105 billion Ghana cedis. So we can 4 line items every month. And many second namely interest on public debt, salary of workers, amortization, and statutory payment. Okay, na boma and 1.7 billion Ghana cedis. Yakodeka 2 billion. A binance was the 16 billion Ghana cedis in the buyer capital infrastructure investment within the next 1 year. That means every region be about 1 billion cedis, 1 billion Ghana cedis. But so called the seat of presidents. Omampeni show you why. Omo the 3.1 billion neko omo the koiden. So the omampeni betimi anya dagia fu wiem hye no adware wom. Okoda brochira na etua 512 million a night. I mean, what kind of a country are we running? The profligate expenditure and the blatant rape of the public purse in the Bedua. So far, tax are binding day, but we want to remind them. When catch Ghana for some Mahama boat to the water, one would the day. Meanwhile, that terminator near sea. Kumasi Kejatia Makani, University of Ghana Medical Center, Rich Hospital, Maritime Hospital, Dodua Regional District Hospital. I can mention countless of them. Dodua Hospital, Maritime. I'm penny Kufado, 2 about what Gina, and then or they can account for it. Dr. Mahamadou Baumia, the vice president, Miami Papa, Obetraha, 2 months to the elections. Was so not getting here for Niquasia Jomutuo. Now, mobile money, no. I am here for Boja for ya to 7 million on Bodo Tiabon Natalia. Yeah, Sunny Skaka. The common mammy will class over the tone room. And until I buy and tax mobile money. The question is, what has changed? Mummy and Mummy, only a water, the one and everybody. Oh, for baby, dear folks, we would be compensed our material. Of Ampacho, your my own queen him there. Look for some offer by our poor offer.
And throw NDC for Eddie 2 a year, friends. Or say, Debbie, I sorry, I say COVID and our true economy of GIA. Na Omono in 2016, the economy was stronger. This is incredible. So when Nimwa, I was say at least what to know was say na we can't actually nanka one kabiwaha. Because of her, we met a bankrupt economy. Bankrupt economy. 2016, economic fundamentals were pointing at the wrong direction. As at even January 2017, na GDP growth is 3.5%, worse in over 20 years. Rollins crowning our year democracy coin and crown 3.7, and our coin in 2000 democracy because 3.7. Mahama terminal free 14 at about 3.5%. Before quite neither saying inflation neither 15.5%. You buy your worse 11% for the past 5 years. Inflation, your worse 11%, but we inherited 15.5%. Policy rate. Tika Bank of Ghana edibo commercial banks in Bisian 25.5. Itiama na ukoji Bisian trewe jumomwa. Ensi hu under Mahama no na ye 30 to 35%. Ene policy rate 11.5%. Banks no the highest ubenya ensi hu no 24%. The highest in this country today. Cal Bank 15%. ebi ye 17, ebi ye 16%. A change even the policy rate. Policy rate no, na ye 25.5. I know the Bank of Ghana, the Odema commercial banks no. And then the anchor no. The wako so upside 25%, 24%. The wako no. And do even the 25.5%. Yeko dumsono. Na economy GDP grow 6.8%. Yeko your friends COVID. It grew 6.8% in 2019. 2020, World Economic Outlook, I can say, the economy, no, especially emerging economies, no, a big grow negative 0.4%. We grew 0.4%, which is even positive, above the average. Now, oh, sorry, I will say, the economy, no, at the ampan some neck account. Who and I wouldn't name baby how to even manage the economy, because when you even took over from Mills, it was better. You sent it into abyss. Tama Ubaya because and you repeat former President Mahama, the incompetent one. But Jeffrey Mills, Dr. Wameka said the ODI economy new con. One should just say bailout because the comment on Oseno. Onwa kwaji tumuka and better say ya win amna manaka don't pay. Dr. Wameka said, just so quiet, IMF, and yes, sir, say economy. No, was it Ubwa? Omuka said, prophet of doom, or Cotina Central University, Cocansa, no, a big weird children. Oka boy, and of course, in Checofa, I don't come a flag bearer. I don't muko senchi. So, Mumuano, no, baby, I would economy nifa. And Omuka say, Uncle IMF, and Okoji bailout. Okoji or Bessia, I know so crash us out to me from Ejuma for Juma. Iti say nipa no enu nti na ma de bia ka so the incompetent one no ene economy no besia na doso ye nyina gitum because omo konokra na 122 billion sensi hu kra ye di etua say 10% kra na besia no ensi hu kra ye etua for 5 years no 10% kra na about 70 billion so 10% de betua on 122 na be 70 billion iti hu say yeah, can say be formalize the economy. Na expand the tax net. Na Ghana for do na timenya. Iti yaba. Yesi yebe. I say doing theater na okay FM. I can say sa 11 ni die. Say ebe approve kra nya ne da chi na ebe ye. Because omu die omu ntimi ndwene enfama. Iti ye deba. No ma to omu wo say omu ebedru a no omu a implement because na ye game changer. O see there bi bibie ni ho e kire say yebe ye kwan. Ewa budget yimu uko kan tikana e kan say ebenya from 11 nana anka uko kan anka on ka say yanka say be kwan because you can say be realize 6.9 billion 1 billion ebe kom mabunu ho omo betimi a start o madwuma e friend you start no on fan nsi huma on fa your friend say your friend say nsi chia bia bamba collateral nim ye begina so na de amano se na be obetima ye adwuma ye do 1 billion esan say ya suspend road to e de be kwa kwhye road no na ya fix ye critical infrastructure ye besia ye wo no eno so na de
kakrabi commotion kakrabi akosro in the chamber of the Ghanaian parliament na sa commotion akosro no yanko na ye ne ye senior correspondent in charge of parliamentary service eye Raymond Akoli engobusa adekrontia sa commotion no akoso ewo parliament. Ima, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Net is saying
Boko
edi any commotion ya SC chamber emu
your commotion SC chamber ya melemo kase ya suspend system masebe juma no womo action sen kakra no say honorable Haruna Idrisu masoja for ibisia eneno o sorry the motion be to speaker in him honorable Joseph Osei to face the 50 Scott say enra mrasebe jasitna na minority for you a majority for ene wo kwa wo wiye ye no na ye yaje omoje 2022 budget no etu mo no wo mo bo the seat ifiada itwi mo no a minority for so bo budget no to twene ye enra sitting no masoja for no ebo faidi dia to twene ye na wo mo je 2022 budget no etu mo no ono nso ejina
The same standing order 501. Honorable Osei Mensah so a can't standing orders. Baby, who could 2 years or no, Eddie making a point, or no, General so Eddie, I can say. You see, and Rano, I give budget in 2 months, and yet, Nequaso, and yet, Nequaso. Na, speak out now for you, Mono. Want to mean can kind of and can the Padua a buyer, woman, so Eddie, a year booting, it's unfair, or you speak and see. At the end of the day, 137 members, and he said, you see Friday, also a make application saying, you see, and run young boom, na it's ya or minor confusion, Senior, honorable Mensah so a kind, or no year, honorable Mahama Yariga, or not sorry, Casa, and the four. Ni leader, minority leader, Nediana or Kayan. So they are Mahama Yariga Eka, some of Kayan, none speaker, no Tiaku, own to mean kind of and the other members, it's so you're speaking. When on ye, speaker, Matevi Japoni Bonabo, Jugat, the Fireman Kafaye, honorable former deputy attorney general. Doctor, our minority person in the Dr. Ayini,
Dominic, according to Ayini.
Very good, Dominic Ayini, Omano Kasai. Inti, one Nakatiri and a speaker prayer, majority leader said, or no challenge our challenge on our Haruna Idris, and also on Catholic, we are no speaker, more ruling. Into honorable or taking sorry, Ekaya Church. Yentia decision na enra parliament iteki ye edege budget ntu emani dimu say 138 na wo speaker no oye deputy oye mrachebi beni nti otumi owo ho no nkwane de isan so oye MPP na konyo no koka 137 na ho a emani ye 138 na ye valid constitutional nti de see no honorable Haruna Idris no the application of speaker Mbungu. Speaker Gusua Oma ruling. I want to say, or no speaker no, or Yamra Chebigeni. So you said the deputy speaker, or your speaker. In the
Imam Pacho, 1 second. Ima, not just a speaker, no, or Joe Seusu, and make a distinction between the Speaker of Parliament and a Speaker of Parliament. Yes, sir.
Yes. In some point, you know, the free or there by Akaka Clay, none of them see. Now we will on Honorable Haruna Idris. Assembly. You better. When you can't say only speaker na confusion is speak promotion is see them. A minority was sorry. Madam, majority bonus begins sorry. After the now say the city speaker on the Catan from Green, for sure. Honorable MSNB, Achama Masibidi, watching speaker Kuriano. Our therefore, and Sanamasha for FOGP in some of the BC. There was some guarded speaker Kuriano, a guarded me. Now, a clear parliament to me. Omobon Baya, I mean, a suspension of the Fujina. Yin Yang Ko, the Matuja Pono Yang Kotanasia, on Becca say Omokotua is mediated. Yes, you are Hanomo enemy.
You na commotion air cosweno. Ubeka say a year marshals no. Almost stepping in to restore order. Anna.
Almost step in, if there be a speaker Tenano. Almost bought a home buying. Inti se obi be story fi na konya so na ye or beba say or the some speaker akonya obi o no de omo bo ho ban sa any means no omo bo ho ban ba pa say omo ka say what can I say ne de omo anyesa
inti ye kan observing the air course in the parliamentary precincts in recent times, you know, Ubeka say we are losing control in the conduct of affairs in the Ghanaian parliament, Anna.
The ACSS consensus building, ne conducive atmosphere, what would you Jumano? And said I am my papa. It's unsaid. CCBC last week, EC and Ra, not the Aquas were then. You come home, Emma woman them. In the middle of other people, no, near me was the uncle so way. EC, I'm an innocent in you. Let us say, a bit delay with more young, on the 17th of December. No, a bit delay no pa. In the minimum budget and after Mankasankasadi. Let us say, and then speaker ruling when 1 year and a confused promotion about let us say, you will be a need.
And to use that word consensus building, no? Na Ufriko Parliament so nyene we experience a year journalist while observe proceedings in Parliament. Into neya yenya sa hang Parliament of 137, you know. What do you propose we could be doing to achieve our consensus building? Yeah, okay,
well, trust and so trust. Upon you know, the Abia, and Opebia, Omoya pre-session meeting, leadership, minority leaders, majority leaders, Omushia, any speaker. Now they are Omoba, they are Omoka, one some meeting. If you Omoba, no, normally the idea, and the Omode chat here, in the Omoko meeting, they not say Omoba demo. It was a meeting almost for Omo it's now almost and some more bad demo. And since Obi, every year, overtaking the young by surprise. A cobanda sa, Didia, a family, no, even young, and your idea, he did him. In the consensus world, the day you might be any, I was a woman, a frasso, a woman. This year, no, I was say, Omo say, Omano Bekasa, na Omate one say, Sema, a buffalo, Omoyan one summer, Omoyan with you. It's a parliament, very close 137, one independent, or the majority for him, our majority for. It's different, okay. This year, no, I was there against Batuano, a doctor, and son is Miabuama. It's money to Yakoso. And yes, idea. Limit to me, I can say, a cut 2 years, I have a election now. And now the last year now, and the year, a bear well done, they are you.
Joe, Senior Akoli, yet there was, say, at least in your reportage, you were to me, you should that word consensus. And to be a drew bra, a year state, you know, yen I be shakwe be faswa. Yede polarization yede beton chain na yede consensus etimi achechire wo man no na fe ye use language a huro language ye be ye free ho na mo ye use skill who hurts any super language na ya achieve something in the interest of the state. You better was a plan to keep observing and despite media as usual no, we need to tell Ghanaians in exact the AC our parliament to among along your platform in national Imana Akoli, be truthful and be Ghanaian and be patriotic and tell Ghanaians our platform in national dear Ecoso and the way forward. Yadwasipa.
You miss me that.
Imana Akoli and or dear brain consensus na ye kan ho asem.
Ofa reho. Me wura ho pa sisi a me hwe video na me wura ho. Baby a yadru asoman. Na speaker chirechirem the menye speaker bekwai for na ede me abetena hasa me betena ha be adwuma ya elect me say speaker ni ho a on betimi aye me giri say asam na obisa aye uye interview so me hu say obisa question be very okay say boache jako na Sunday question very very important
yenye clearer
endru baby a at least say ye di speaker na yemfa criteria bintu ho na yenyi deputies no from outside say be a former deputy be or outsider na omoye mienu a na ya to omo so aba na ye omo na omo aba na omo ba ye adwuma no na nka we nyina emma na se MP etimi sorry se wo chirem se unye speaker den so ofiri ho tire se na wakoso akonya se wokotwe na konya na afiri na se a we baby a yedru no stone age time no baby a yedru asoman se enekura no se won pe ho a akonya wote so kura na as MP or representing Ukurom no ubitimi kotwe na se na pa we your friends say speaker akonya no akosom se wo kotwe akonya na afiri ho ontinto anasa wonya den. At this point in time in our your friends NDC for omodia abani say
democracy ne didi agrana.
That's what they want to do. And we didi agron because
but do we realize the implications of
very dire. And until na make us say not even of and make us say or train bebre before so bebre cool heads and a bebo nyina but so ka so so twene tan appropriation ya anya o January entua MPB aka ogana ha
me am vote on account.
Nti de bia na I vote on account na yenya na eti aban so wo de fia na yenya na eti aban so eti wo de vote on account na ken for after de bia won spend it
over onim a person disqualified from voting cannot be counted for the purpose of determining a matter before the house,
which is from where
in the floor of parliament.
From where? I can't obi. I will not shut up.
Let's find out.
I don't even understand it. Sometimes interpret language. I don't understand it. Exactly.
Consensus.
Shared respect.
And I'm just saying,
Dominica say a person disqualified from voting cannot be counted for the purpose of determining a matter before the house.
What's the source?
The speaker
was disqualified.
So he can't add himself to make a number of 38, 138.
No, we're so saying to
there
are a lot of Ghanaians a way out.
That's true.
There are some beyond below the subsistence level.
Exactly.
Into your opportunity say yenye bibi na yentimi alleviate hardship no yemfa botre na yemfa kasade.
Perfect.
So what do you propose we do now?
Good.
Final comment.
But before I come to the proposal, I don't him. I want a legend has to be a country speaker Kunya barbaric, a stone age. At the eve of the election of the speaker, midnight of January 6th to 7th, 2017, the most barbaric where to be with a chair.
Equalization.
Equalization.
So it was wrong yesterday. When it was wrong yesterday, it should be right today.
Of NPP MPs. Just Friday, backbencher Bejina Nimho, and shout without addressing the issue to the speaker. Okay, here you are. About him. What I was suggesting, say.
Chaos erupts in Ghanaian parliament. Entino Gusuneti Neat 100.9 FM. Despite media platforms in chaos no any the bekwakosie nyina no despite media e de nyina bebro enti tie any of the despite media platforms ubenya update e wo de ekoso